Imagine looking up at a night sky so familiar, only to see something moving that no human technology should allow. A craft darting silently, defying physics, blinking in and out of radar, watched by pilots, civilians, and military alike. Yet no one can explain it. They recorded it. They investigated it. And now, decades later, the files are finally uncovered. But the question remains, what were they really seeing? And are we ready to face the truth? The summer of 1947 marked a turning point in American history, not with political upheaval, nor with another war, but in the skies above. Ordinary citizens reported strange lights moving in impossible ways. Pilots encountered luminous discs, performing maneuvers no aircraft could replicate. Radar operators saw blips that appeared and vanished without warning. Something unexplainable was happening, and the US Air Force could no longer ignore it. Early in 1948, Project Sign was created to investigate these reports. Its mission: collect, analyze, and attempt to understand unidentified aerial phenomena. Officers worked meticulously, interviewing pilots, civilians, and radar operators. Reports were cross-checked, photographs examined, and radar readings analyzed. Hundreds of incidents were catalogued. Some were dismissed as weather balloons, aircraft, or optical illusions. Yet a significant number defied explanation, demanding deeper investigation. Among the most compelling cases was the Gorman dogfight over Fargo, North Dakota. On October 1st, 1948, 2nd LT, George F. Gorman, flying a P-51 Mustang, chased a small, luminous object through the sky. It hovered, darted, and maneuvered with precision impossible for any known human technology. Radar operators detected blips corresponding to the object. Ground witnesses saw the craft as well. Despite attempts to rationalize the encounter, nothing fit. The object remained unidentified, a phenomenon that challenged everything investigators knew about aviation and physics. Simultaneously, reports of green fireballs emerged across the southwestern United States. Civilians and military personnel witnessed brilliant green lights streaking through the sky. These objects often paused mid-air, then accelerated at incredible speed, leaving no trace. Scientists at White Sands and Los Alamos examined the data but found no conventional explanation. The Air Force meticulously documented these sightings, aware that if any of these objects were controlled craft, the implications for national security were staggering. Project Sign investigated with an open mind, even considering extraterrestrial origins. According to later accounts by Captain Edward J. Ruppelt, SIN drafted an estimate of the situation that suggested the objects were real, not of us or Soviet origin, and possibly extraterrestrial. The estimate, never officially released, remains a tantalizing mystery, a shadow of what investigators privately believed. By late 1948, however, a change occurred. Project Sign was quietly rebranded as Project Grudge. While the name seemed harmless, the philosophy changed dramatically. Where SIN had pursued open inquiry, Grudge sought to minimize and explain away the phenomena. Investigators were instructed to categorize sightings as misidentifications, hoaxes, or psychological effects. Evidence suggesting extraordinary technology was downplayed. Despite this shift, anomalies persisted. On February 14, 1949, near Ganado, New Mexico, a couple driving home observed a white light hovering, trailing sparks. The case was documented, but officially dismissed as a balloon or fireball. Within the project, investigators privately admitted that some phenomena defied explanation. Even with Grudge's dismissal, the skies continued to challenge human understanding. The transition from sin to grudge reflects the tension between discovery and containment. In the early Cold War context, the United States faced potential nuclear threats and foreign espionage. An unknown object in US airspace could represent a danger. Acknowledging the possibility of non-human technology risked public panic. The official narrative favored reassurance over truth, explaining the inexplicable in mundane terms. Nevertheless, patterns emerged that could not be ignored. Many sightings occurred near military bases or sensitive installations. Objects moved with intelligence, reacted to human aircraft, and performed maneuvers that defied physics. Radar operators recorded intermittent blips, appearing and disappearing without cause. These recurring phenomena consistently challenged scientific understanding, even under Grudge's skeptical lens. Project Grudge continued to log reports, but the open inquiry that characterized sin was gone. Investigators, especially veterans of sin, noted privately that a small fraction of sightings remained unexplained. Some exhibited behavior inconsistent with known physics, and some suggested technologies beyond human capability. Yet these private assessments were rarely shared publicly. By late 1949, Grudge published reports claiming UFOs posed no threat, were not foreign technology, and were largely misinterpretations. Internally, however, the phenomena remained unresolved. Many cases, witnessed by credible pilots and radar operators, were quietly archived. What the public saw was a simplified narrative. What investigators knew was far more complex. The legacy of Project Sign and Grudge is profound. Sin asked, "What is out there?" Grudge demanded acceptance of the mundane. Despite the shift, unresolved sightings persisted. Radar and visual corroborations existed. Multiple witnesses reported simultaneous phenomena, and some traces of unexplained energy were documented. These archives hint at a story untold, phenomena that challenge conventional understanding, still largely hidden from public view. As Project Grudge concluded and Project Blue Book took over, the unresolved cases continued to challenge investigators. Thousands of sightings were collected, many explained, some misidentified. But a notable fraction remained without explanation. Objects exhibited intelligence, extreme acceleration, and maneuverability beyond human engineering. The tension between observation and institutional narrative persisted. Today, when we look to the skies, we inherit the legacy of these early investigations. Project Sign dared to ask questions. Project Grudge attempted to manage answers, yet the phenomena endured. Files once classified, sightings once dismissed, continue to inspire curiosity and speculation. The unknown remains in the night sky, observed by those with the courage to look and recorded by those with the responsibility to report the unanswered. Question is not merely what these objects were, though many remain unexplained, but why the institutional narrative shifted so sharply. Why were reports suggesting extraordinary technology minimized? What remains hidden in archives labeled misidentification? And most unsettling, are some of these phenomena still with us, silently watching, moving beyond human detection, waiting for the moment to reveal their truth? The sky, as it always has, keeps its secrets. Project Sign and Project Grudge remind us that the line between what is known and what is unknown is not fixed. It shifts with every observation, every report, and every unexplained phenomenon. And the ultimate question lingers, as it did over 70 years ago. what truly visited our skies, and how much of it remains hidden, waiting for those brave enough to look beyond the conventional explanations.